afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC in Christ Radio, your source for news and entertainment. Not only radio, but you can find us on television too. Channel 182, which is on Charter Communications up in North Alabama. You can also find us on Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You can also go to their website, abundanttv.com, and listen to all the live shows at that point too. So you can find us anywhere and all the social media sites. We're still on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of it. We're all right there. A good friend of mine is with us right now, and I'm looking at that hat. I want one of them. Nathan Lee, you are the director and the director of EDA. And
yes, ma'am. Economic development. Yes, ma'am.
So what is this helmet about? What's this hat
So if you've noticed anything around Scottsboro, we are here in Jackson County, and we are the Economic Development Authority here in Jackson County. But and I'm sure you've had Mayor McCamey on here before, but we've got a lot of things going on in Jackson County and in Scottsboro particularly. You've seen all the new things going up. You've heard the Whataburger the other day was announced. So that doesn't have anything to directly affect what I do. We are charged with bringing industry into Jackson County and keeping the ones that are here happy, basically, what I like to call job creation. That's in a sense what we do. I know I spoke to you a lot of times, but so this hat was from a groundbreaking we had a couple of weeks ago from CFD Research. CFD Research is one of our existing industries in the Hollywood Industrial Park, and they're going to add a testing facility at their site. So that's what this is, the CFD.
Awesome.
And I know it's kind of backwards on there, but so anytime we do a groundbreaking, it's kind of fun to do stuff like that with shovels and hard hats. But I just kind of want to have a little fun with that. But it's always exciting. We have our existing industries that are doing well, that are expanding. So that was one that we're excited about. They're a great company to have here in Jackson County.
Well, I'm real excited because on Abundance TV, which is where we air, and that's worldwide. And by the way, you can also find us in Australia. There's a Christian satellite network up there, and they've included this station with that as well. So the exciting thing about being in North Alabama, and most certainly in Jackson County, is that, you know, if you are listening to us and you're watching this segment right now with Nathan Lee. I know Nathan, he's a good guy, okay, but you're watching and you're thinking about expanding your business, or if you're thinking about coming to North Alabama, there's so many reasons that you would actually want to come into Jackson County.
Well, we have it's a great place to live. So we pride ourselves in, when I just Mr. Samir, that's the owner of CFD Research. When they first initially came to Jackson County, I had shovels made for all of them for the groundbreaking. And he come to me and he says, "No one has ever made me a shovel." I said, "Hey, you come to Jackson County, we'll roll out the red carpet for you." And so we like to do that. I know new is great. Don't get me wrong. We love having new industries, but our existing industry is key because that's where our workers are. We have over 75 industries here in Jackson County, and we like to hope to think that we treat them well with different types of training and different things going on. Or when they go through expansion, we're here to help them out with that as well. So we do have available properties in Jackson County. We've got an industrial park with 311 acres in it in Hollywood. So you're absolutely right. We are ready for business and open for business. You know, if you're wanting to come to Jackson County, I'd love to talk with you. So
absolutely, and that's the good Hollywood, by the way. Good old.
That's
Hollywood,
correct. The original, the first.
The first, absolutely. But I wanted to talk with industry out there. If you're thinking of relocating, you come to Jackson County. You come to Alabama. And you're going to get some good workers. You're going to get educated workers. You're also going to have a low cost of living. We can buy land for almost nothing out there.
It's definitely a lot cheaper. We partner with Northeast Community College with workforce development. So Northeast has a great program with apprenticeship programs they have going on. Impact Learning Center here in Scottsboro also helps with finding workers or finding people to get to work. The chamber also has someone that's dedicated to workforce development. So we have a lot of good things going on that a lot of people don't have, or a lot of people don't, just pour into. And we have that, and we have a lot of great partnerships. And what I like to tell people, we had another company come, he says, all you guys seem to get along. I said, we absolutely do. I said, I think everybody here wants to definitely move Jackson County forward. And I think that puts up a step above everybody else. So,
and I wanted to add something. You mentioned the Impact Learning Center with
uh-huh.
Kathy Mitchell. Kathy's on the
Yes.
show a lot, you know.
Yes,
And
Kathy's the greatest.
oh, she's awesome. And some of the things that, well, everything they do is free. So this is all because of the community, and the community of Jackson County are in it with you. And it's worth it to have free programs. I mean, if you don't know how to type, there are free typing classes.
Computer classes, even from beginning computer classes. You're exactly right.
All of
So
it.
anything in between. And she has a van that we can come to you. So we've taken it to do all different kinds of things. We've taken it to schools. We've done workforce development things. We've done job fairs, all that kind of stuff for our existing industries as well. They've got that, what they call the impact van. And so it's Skills on Wheels is actually what it's called, but it's pretty fun. We've got computers in there, Wi-Fi, that we can do everything on that van that you can do in an office. So what we recently did on a job fair is the HR people were there. And a lot of times everything's done by computer now, and you have to have an email address. Well, sometimes people just don't have that. So we were there to help them set up an email address so they could apply for jobs right there on site, and we were able to help with that. So,
well, you can't ask for any more than that. And I'll take you something else, the Impact Learning Center, and we're going to talk about more awesome programs that are out there as well. But another thing they think of is your kids. You know, there's a program out there, and Dolly Parton actually helped develop this program, and it's a skills reading program.
That's right.
That's super awesome.
It's the Imagination Station, the library thing. And so here they started that, and it's just for Jackson County kids now. If you're 5 and under, contact Impact Learning Center. They can send you a form, but they can send you the form to fill out, and your kids will get books every month until their 5th birthday. So if you have a child that's newborn, you'll get them, and it's age appropriate. They'll get those, and it's at no cost to you. Mm-hmm. And so Impact got that with the grant, some different sponsors and all that. So it's an outstanding program. So it's pretty cool.
That's true. So we not only think about you and your business when you bring your business to Jackson County, Alabama, we think about your kids too. And I'm talking about the low cost of living, but I wanted to mention also the Mountain Lakes Chamber of Commerce. Debbie, everybody out there, they have been so helpful to me in my business. Of course, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce. I love them out there. And
they have a great staff.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention this. I don't know if they told you, Nathan, the whole idea of the Mountain Lakes Chamber of Commerce was practically my idea. Did Debbie tell you?
Okay. I didn't hear that. I like to hear that.
Well, I kind of think it that way. So what happened is, well, it was kind of I didn't even know they were going to change the name. So Debbie was on the show, and I said, you know what? I love this area because you not only have mountains, you've got lakes. Well, she kind of looked at me a little funny. So she's on the air. She couldn't say anything. So after the show, she said, did you know about the name change? I said, what are you talking about? And she said, well, you started talking about the mountains and the lakes. And I said, what are you talking about? So I like to take credit for that.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. Yeah, that's right down your alley. You probably did have that. That's all you.
Oh, and talk about fishing, the tournaments.
We are the number 2 fishing destination in the nation. So what they call the Miracle Mile is right here in Scottsboro, a part of Lake Guntersville is right here. So yeah, we have, I don't know what the numbers, how many fishing tournaments we have, but I know we have quite a few. So
there's a lot. And that's another reason you want to move into the area too, because we have all these awesome things that are happening. This is not a boring place.
No. You talk about places to hike and fish and hunt and everything. So yeah, we have a lot going on. So,
and I wanted to mention this about real estate. Phil and I looked at a house. It was overlooking the river. Okay, I'm talking about spot. You got the mountains, you got the lakes, you got everything. Did you know that house sold for less than $200,000? It was right at the brow. I'm talking. So I'm telling you, anywhere else, this would have been $1 million.
Oh
just for the view alone.
I'm sure.
So you got to move in
sure.
with that. We would
That's right.
Welcome you. Let's talk a little bit about the training programs that are out there available. And in the Northeast is awesome, Northeast Alabama Community College. But now we actually start them out in high school as well. Again, Hollywood, there you are in high school, you're being trained.
So you have several different options. In high school, a lot of that starts with the co-op program or the work-based learning. And so Scottsboro and Jackson County both have teachers that are dedicated to co-op. So what that means is you can have a student that's basically of driving age can go to school half a day and work half a day. We have several industries that offer jobs to those students part-time, of course, and but so they're called co-op students. When we go to Northeast College has apprenticeship programs. If you've got kids that are in certain fields like welding or industrial maintenance, we have a lot of existing industries that will actually hire those students as co-ops or as apprentice workers. And so they're actually working and learning their trade and going to school, but they're getting paid. And some of these companies will even offer to pay for their school. So we do have several companies that do that. So just depending on what you want to do or where your career path is. I'll tell you one thing I did. Melinda Summers is the new career coach for Scottsboro City Schools. The other day she called me and she said, Nathan, I've got a group of students that I'd like to take and tour some industries. I've found out that they don't want to go into college. They don't want to go into the military. They know they want to go to work. So we had 23 students from Scottsboro tour 3 of our industries the other day, and our industries just rolled out the red carpet for them. And they were so excited. Matter of fact, some of them were like offered jobs. Hey, when you guys get ready, we want you to come back and work for us. And so there's a lot of good things happening here that we're excited about.
Again, I can't emphasize the training that's available, and a number of businesses, and I like to mention this to folks all the time, because businesses love to have employees who want to be trained.
Yes.
So this is an idea for you right here. And so talk to Mr. or Mrs. Employer and say, you know what, I think I'd like to go back to Northeast and, take one of their programs out there. Mm-hmm. Would you reimburse me? It never hurts to ask. I mean, I'm a preacher's daughter. I've always learned to ask questions.
Some of them have that. Yeah, some of them have that they do have tuition reimbursement for their employees. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're right. Ask. Worst they could say is no, and I know the answer is no if you don't ask. So
that's true. And I'm going to tell you, more times than not, they'll go ahead and do it. Of course, you have to keep up a particular grade point average and that right. kind of thing, of course. And so that just makes it easy for everybody. You've got a better informed employee. And I'm going to have to tell you, just in what I do, you cannot be a know-it-all because the industry keeps changing.
Oh, yeah.
Computers and everything. It's not like it used to be in the 8-track tape days. You probably don't know what an 8-track tape is, Nathan. You're that.
I do know what an 8-track tape is, but who would have thought 2 years ago you and I would be sitting here having this conversation online? Because every other time I've been there with my headset on. I mean, you've been talking. So this is, I think COVID has helped and hindered a lot of things, but in technology aspect, I think it's helped us because we are able to do this and sit here and, have a conversation on the internet. So it's pretty remarkable.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something else that was remarkable is when COVID hit, you guys did not stop by and say, oh, what do we do next? You guys were on it. You had a number of projects that were available for people in the community as well.
Yeah, we had one of our local companies. I know this has been a couple of years ago, but we had a company up in Section that was making hand sanitizer, and that's one of the things you couldn't get. Yeah. So one of our local industries, Thompson Manufacturing, they were able to give us, I'm wanting to say it was 500 gallons or so of hand sanitizer, and we gave it all out to our industries. We set up a drive-through here at my office here on Broad Street, and we gave out hand sanitizer and mask and all that stuff that you couldn't get. So, yeah, it's just little things like that we try to do to help. And then we took what we had left over to all small businesses and gave it out. And like I said, we partnered with the chamber on that and with the city of Scottsboro, and just then we went up to North Alabama Electric Co-op and we did the same thing there and gave it to all of our companies up there. So it's little things like that we try to do, just different, that we can anything we can try to do to help our industries, we're going to try to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And while we're on the thought of COVID, I'm just telling all you folks who are out there listening, you're thinking about, I want to relocate a business. I don't know where. Well, it's got to be here, okay? It's got to be in Jackson County, Alabama.
That's
and
right.
I'm saying that because the Main Street program and several of the programs the Chamber of Commerce got with it on grants when COVID hit and helped help small businesses, because small businesses keep things going as well. So there's just another reason that you want to come to Jackson County.
That's right. They did. And Google was a big part of that too. They gave quite a bit of money for grants. And so they had to apply and help with different things. And Karen that works in my office here, Karen Suggs, she was on some of those committees to help, divvy out those funds and all that. But that's just something different and something that we felt like was the right thing to do to try to help our local businesses. So.
Absolutely. We're going to have to go into a commercial break. Can you believe over half the show already?
That's all right.
Nathan Lee is with me. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. So y'all hang in there, okay? We'll be right back. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales look forward to serving you. And you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Fort Payne and Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by the locations in Fort Payne and Gadsden. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Patterson's Music and Jewelry is a full-line music store offering guitar repair, setup and sound installation equipment, as well as instrument rentals and new and used guitars and amps. We offer jewelry at affordable prices and jewelry repair, watch batteries and link removal, and we offer personalized jewelry such as fingerprint, mother's rings, and pendants. Shop in historic downtown Fort Payne on Galt Avenue. Hours are 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Call 256-845-4115. That's 256-845-4115. And thank you for trusting Patterson's Music and Jewelry. Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop, located on Highway 431 in Albertville, is a large store that is restocked weekly with new and gently used items donated by our community. When you shop at the Hospice of Marshall County Thrift Shop, you not only get great deals, but you also help neighbors and friends receive the end-of-life services they desperately need. Hospice of Marshall County is a non-profit United Way agency, and we depend on the generosity of those in our community to continue providing expert care to all, regardless of ability to pay. We accept donations during regular business hours 9 to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about our community events and volunteer opportunities, please call 256-582-3325. Thank you for your support of Shepherd's Cove. we are back. Welcome back. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. We are so proud to be with you today. Again, thank you so much for watching and for listening. We're going to have Nathan back. He's going to be clicking on that little video. There he is. There's Nathan. I'll tell you what, I love technology, don't you, Nathan?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, it's amazing.
It most certainly is. Okay, so Nathan Lee is with me, and he is with the Economic Development Authority, and they are out of Scottsboro, actually out of Jackson County, Alabama. So talk with us for a few minutes. What do you guys do?
So we are tasked with basically job creation, and we are governed by a board of 7 local folks, business people, men, women, whatever. But so we recruit industries coming into Jackson County, and like I said, basically make the ones that are here happy. And so anytime we have a company that goes through an expansion, we try to help with any kind of things we can do to help them with their costs or something. And like I said, sometimes with a new company or with an existing industry, they'll want some specific training, and so we have other people throughout the state, like ADT, the Alabama Industrial Development Training Company out of Huntsville, RTP. They'll come over, or companies go over there to do different training for specific something, and so we coordinate a lot of that and help with that. So basically what I tell people is we like quality jobs, and I want people to get bass boats and motorcycles is kind of what I do. We don't want people to just have a life that you're just making ends meet. We want people to have jobs in Jackson County that they can, that make a difference, that they can really, have a good living. So.
Absolutely. There's so many training programs out there. And I remember the very first job, I think the guy just felt sorry for me, decided to go ahead and hire me. But I remember my granddad, and there's still basics, out there when you go on job interviews. I remember my granddad saying, now, when you go for a job interview, you got to shake their hand, give them a good firm handshake, and look them in the eyes, because people don't trust you if you don't look at them in the eyes. But time has marched on, so we have new things we have to talk with young folks about. Some of those could be like cell phones. Put the cell phone down, and how to dress on an interview. And you guys are out there equipped to help folks with those decisions as well.
We can. That's still true today. Is never underestimate what I say, the power of a broom. That's one adage that I've always used, and it's always pretty much taken me far in life. Don't ever be the one that says, "Oh no, that's not my job. I'm not going to do that." And earlier today, even as the Economic Development Director, I was vacuuming the floors, and so I'm never too big to do the most menial task, and that's just kind of how I've always done things, and that's what I tell people when they ask me questions. My daughter's the same way. I tell her, I said, never be too important to run a broom, and but I think it still goes back with that. I think handshakes are still important. I think looking people in the eye is still important. How you dress is still important. Although maybe people that are coming in positions don't see it as a big deal, but more times than not, people that are hiring are mine and your age, and that's a big deal to me. Yes or no, sir, goes a long ways, and shaking my hand and looking me in the eye goes a long ways, and how you look goes a long ways. And so I think all that is still very much important. And so I know you do have online interviews that you can do and stuff like that, but still, what's in your background, what's going on behind you? Are there's several different things you can do to make sure that you shine above everybody else. Mm-hmm. And having an updated resume. I had someone show me their resume a few weeks ago. Hey, can you help me or write me a letter of recommendation? I said, sure. Their resume was out of date. They hadn't updated it since 2021. I said, hey, you need to update your resume. No, it'll be fine. I said, well, I'm not writing you a letter of recommendation. I said, because I'm very selective what I do, and I write letters of recommendation. I said, if it were me, I would update my resume, and then we'll send it in and do something. He said, oh, okay. But, all that's important. You're exactly right. How you look, how you dress, how you talk to folks, and that firm handshake is key.
I want to tell you what, my granddad was actually at a 9th grade education, and he was the superintendent at a mill. And so I used to say, well, now, you didn't even finish high school. Look the job you have. And so he would come back with, now that times have changed.
That's
I
right.
wouldn't have that job now. But one thing he always talked about was the back of the shoe. He said he would have a job interview and he would look at the person's shoes as they were walking out.
If they
And
drag
if
their
the
feet.
shoes were scuffed up, he would think, well, they're probably lazy. You know, they may not do their best work on the job. But so that was an important thing. And like you and I just said, I think some of those old fashioned ideas, you may meet with an old fashioned person like me on a job interview. So
You never know. You never know. But yeah, you're talking about people dragging their feet. I'm the same way. They look in the back of their shoes. I said, if I got someone dragging their feet, I'm just like, yeah, not good. I'm not. It's not good to me. So I'm with you on that. So
yeah, and again, the cell phones, not carrying that on a job interview. Those things. I mean, like somebody like me. Okay, I'm your old fashioned person. I would be thinking, are you going to be on the cell phone the entire time you're on the job? I mean, I would be questioning that.
I had a job interview one time, and it was in Atlanta. And long story short, it was. They told me to be there at 8:00, and I was there at 7:50. I don't want to be there too early. Don't be late. And they said, just have a seat. Someone will be in a minute. At 11:00, somebody come got me, and I just sat there in the waiting room, and for 3 hours. Now, come to find out, it was a test. But how many people had just got up and left and said, I'm not doing this. But I sat there for 3 hours, and somebody finally said 11, and they never said sorry for your wait or nothing. It was just, hey, we'll see you now. I said, okay, and so.
That was part of it. You know, that's another thing. You have to respect folks, you know, and sometimes it has to be taught, not so much in our area, but sometimes you just have to respect the person who's interviewing you.
Oh yeah. Like it or not. I mean, that's the way it is. So
what if it's a job and maybe you're not 100% qualified for it? Should you go on the job interview anyway?
So I never want to put people down for trying to promote themselves or do something better. What I always say is dress for success. So like, you know, in my former life, when I first got out of the military, I was a mechanic, but I still came to the job interview wearing a polo shirt and khaki pants. And every other job since then, I've always had on a shirt and tie. And for every job I've had, I was in law enforcement and I did all these different things, but I've never told myself, no, that's not for me. I can't do that. And so when my former predecessor, Sheila Shepherd, hired me, I really didn't even know what economic development was. So I didn't want to stop myself and say, no, I can't do that because I don't really know what it entails. I studied on it. I put the time and effort into it, and I like working hard. I like talking to people. And then here I am as EDA director. So I might not have started out on top, but you know, here I am. And so I would not tell people no. Now, if it requires certain parameters to apply for the job, you might need to make sure you have those parameters met. Like if you have to have a bachelor's degree or high school diploma, I don't think those are probably non-negotiables, but there's some things you can apply for if you don't think you have a skill set that you can learn, you know, on the job.
Absolutely. You know what? Only a minute left in this show. I can't believe how time flies. I love having my interviews with you, Nathan.
Oh, I always love talking with you too, Miss Donna. So you're the best.
Oh, I love it. So how can folks get in contact with you?
So you can call the office.
Business in.
Yep, you can call our office at 256-574-1331. You're always welcome to email me. My email is Nathan Lee, all spelled out, at jacksoncountyeda.org. And so, like I said, you know, if you're looking to come here to Jackson County, we'd love to get in touch with you. Miss Donna even has my cell phone number, so I'm not too hard to get on. You can also go to our website, jacksoncountyyeda.org. You can all go there as well. So, and we'd love to talk with you.
Absolutely. Nathan, thank you so much. And thank you for everything you do for the community. It's very well appreciated.
Oh, I love it. And thank you, Miss Donna. You're the best. Appreciate your show and what you do as well. So,
well, thank you. Folks, thank you so much for watching. You know, you're the apple of my eye. You know you are. Thank you so much for watching. I know you could be doing anything else, but you're watching us right now. So we're going to have to go for the day. And another awesome guest is going to be coming up in just a few minutes. Bye, Nathan.
Bye, Miss Donna.